You'll never believe what one man did with the frame of his old truck. When it comes to entertaining guests, one of the best things to have in your home is a fully stocked bar. It provides the perfect location for everyone to gather around and socialize. Plus, the host usually gets to enjoy playing bartender for the evening. Best of all, having your own bar at home will most likely keep you from going to the local pub every weekend, so you'll be saving money too. So when one man decided to build his own unique version of an at-home bar, he began by planning everything out for his new project, and then he immediately got right to work. Oddly enough, it all started with the front end of a beat-up Ford F3 pickup truck. Do you think it's a good idea to have a bar at home? Let us know in the comments section below, and then be sure to leave us a like and subscribe for more. One day when a man came up with the crazy idea of building his own bar out of an old car frame, he went for it and quite literally pulled out all the stops. He'd been lucky enough to find the front end of an old 1951 Ford F3 pickup for a great price online. So he went with buying it as soon as he possibly could. With the foundation for his new project now ready to go, the first step was to sand away the old painted-on liner inside the truck body and then to spray it with a brand new one. Doing this was mostly just a precautionary measure to prevent any further rusting inside the truck bed. Figuring the guests were most likely going to want to lean up against the front bar while they were having drinks, he then decided it would be best to go ahead and remove the grate completely. After that, his next step was to make sure that the front bumper was secure, which he accomplished by re-bolting it right to the front of the vehicle. Next, he cut away any parts of the body on the frame that were starting to rust through the original paint job. Since he was unable to fully replace this section of the vehicle without causing damage, he eventually decided to just repair all the problem areas with Bondo, a synthetic resin that actually filled in the gaps quite nicely. For his next step, the man momentarily stopped working on the vanity aspects of the vehicle and instead got to work on the actual bar itself. His ultimate goal was to have the custom bar appear like it was the bed of an old pickup truck. So he figured the best way to achieve that look would be to use a nice wooden surface. He put in lots of work and made sure that the wood looked as clean and as realistic as possible. Once he was finally done cutting and sanding the boards, his bar was finally starting to look like a genuine old-time flatbed. Before he bolted down the wooden boards of the flatbed, he decided to give the metal part on the front end of them a cool new paint job. He was going for an old, weathered look, so he made sure to sand everything unevenly to give the truck that authentic, worn-in appearance. Then he secured the actual bar top down with some fasteners and gave it some flashy chrome edging, similar to what you'd find on a replica of an old F3. Then, thinking ahead to how exactly the drinks were going to be served once his bar was up and running, he carefully built an inner shelf for the bartender to use and installed a tap fixture with a connection for a CO2 canister and a keg hose underneath. He was almost finished at this point, so he went ahead and moved the truck body to its new spot in his home with the truck's real tires attached to the frame and all. He even completed them with matching antique hubcaps, which he felt were a very important aspect of making everything look authentic. Finally, he capped everything off by placing some flashy LED lights inside of the headlight fixtures. This way he could turn them on if he ever wanted to show his guests all the attention to detail that he'd used while building it. All things considered, the man's project really turned out looking great for starting off with little more than a rusty old truck frame. It just goes to show what sort of amazing projects people can accomplish around their homes when they just simply put their creative mind to it. If you could transform something into your own personal bar, what would it be? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more.